was kind of training them both.
Hey, but that's good. You already were on dates, so you know how it is.
Right. Yeah. No, but she was fantastic. But when she walked into the cafe, I thought, oh my God, thank you. Yeah. So you understand a little English?
¿Tú entiendes un poquitico de inglés?
Sí, a little.
Poquito. Ya.
How are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good.
Good.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready. No expectations. You don't do these things with expectations. You take it one girl at a time. It's meeting. It's just meeting girls. Come on, get the ball, man. It took me the first table to get into the groove because it's kind of different, the flow here, as opposed to the Ukraine. Because here, your translator kind of already has all the information on you.
Yeah.
So she kind of takes the lead.
Yeah.
And she introduces me to everyone.
Yep.
Then she has everyone, introduce themselves and stuff. And because, of course, we're doing the speed dating thing, so we're limited for time.
The beautiful couple.
That's it.
Are you ready to get married?
Right now? No, not right now.
Only the beginning.
Yeah. Not right now, dude.
The city is Cartagena.
Cartagena. The butterflies are there.
There's butterflies. There are so many thoughts running rampant through my mind right now. I'm excited. I'm a little bit fearful of the unexpected. I really don't know what to expect, and I think that's natural.
ready to dance some salsa?
Salsa, bachata.
So, good evening, guys, and welcome to our Wednesday night. Yes, this is Wednesday version of Everything Latin. So this is our webcast that's going to be focusing on Latin America. 2 Wednesdays ago, we were in Colombia with Maria, and now we're moving to Costa Rica with Andrea and Gustavo, and I'm really, really excited about this. This is going to be a blast. I want to introduce these guys a little bit more here, and then we're going to get them on because, you know, we have such an amazing matchmaking team in Latin America, from Maria in Colombia and all the staff in Cartagena and Medellin and Barranquilla, and then going over to Peru with Sarah and all her staff there in Lima. And then we go to Costa Rica, where we have Gustavo and Andrea. And they are brother and sister, and they are an amazing team and have been working with us for many, 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 many years. And I'm going to bring them on here very soon, but they are responsible for many, 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 many marriages. And we just don't talk about Latin America enough on a lot of the shows that we do. I know you guys are used to seeing me on Monday nights, and I got kicked off on Monday nights, so I'm not there anymore. Of course, it's Anna and Dina. I think will be there next Monday with Anna, and they do an amazing job. And I just want to come in and at least introduce Andrea and Gustavo and talk with them a little bit. And then from now on, they'll be doing the show when it's their turn and their rotation on their own. But for the first time, I thought I'd just come in and just give a little bit of a hand. Plus, you know, I like seeing you guys. It's always nice. So, hold on one second here. Oh, we're in big trouble now. I just lost something. That's not good. What happened? How did I lose that? Hold on. I did something wrong, Kirk. Okay, 1 second here. Having technical difficulty, but I'll be back in there in 1 second. Let's see here. I think. Okay, there it is. All right, well, it's going to take a minute, but I'll be back in there. All right, so sorry about that, guys. So guys, we want you to participate tonight. I want you to ask any questions you have, but let's keep it to Costa Rica as much as possible, because this show tonight is all about Costa Rica, and I want to be able to introduce Andrea and Gustavo to you all, and some of you may know them, some of you worked with them in the past, and yeah, we just get such great feedback from these guys. So let me bring them on right now. So, Gustavo, Andrea, are you there? Hey guys, I can't hear you. What's that? Are you there, guys?
Yes. Hello.
I hear you. All right. Good. If you could turn that up just a little bit, possibly, Kirk, that would be great. So, guys, there you are. Okay, hearing it good now. I'm hearing me too. That's okay. I gotta get used to these. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it.
Well, it is our pleasure to be here with you tonight, and also the guys who are watching the show live.
You know, we don't get an opportunity to talk about Costa Rica so much. And we've had so many tours there. I mean, Gustavo, you remember when just a few years ago having close to 30 guys in one time in Costa Rica, you know, during the tour. And Andrea, you remember that, I'm sure, too. It's fantastic. And the guys love the tours down there. So let's talk a little bit about Costa Rica in general. What's going on, first of all, with COVID? What's happening? Give us the COVID rundown. Can we get there right now as Americans?
Okay. Well, right now, unfortunately, the border it is still closed. It is only permitted for the European countries, just a couple of them, and also Canada. So at this moment, it is shut down for U.S. travelers. But I mean, as long as they will be passing by, they will open up a little bit,
Okay. So when do you have any idea, what's your best guess of when we're going to be able to go there again, just at least to do one-on-one introductions?
Well, hopefully think that sometime in September they might open up a little bit. So although right now there are many restrictions that all travelers must follow in order to come to Costa Rica. So as long as everybody is happy with that, they will be open to, I mean, just little by little, you know.
Okay. Because we have a tour scheduled for October 1st. And I'm still have, high hopes of being able to do that tour. Where are we? August 19th right now. So I'm thinking that hopefully by the beginning of September, we'll have a better idea if we can do that tour in October.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the hope. You know, a lot of businesses down here in Costa Rica, their main, let's say, tourists come from the U.S. You know, so that's killing the economy a little bit. So at this moment, like I said, you know, it is closed, but sooner or later they will start opening up a little bit because I mean, this cannot go any further. You know, it's affecting everybody's economy in Costa Rica.
So has the lockdown in general been very strict in Costa Rica? Have you been restricted to your homes? Can you only go out on certain days like it is in Colombia? What's it been like for you guys living during this pandemic?
Okay, well, here in Costa Rica, things are not so restricted like in Colombia. Like people can go out, depends on the last digit of their ID. Here in Costa Rica, everybody can go out easily, no problem. But the restrictions are applied for cars. You know, people for driving cars depends on the driver's license, the last number, the license plate. Okay, so for example, let's say on Mondays, any license plate ending in 1 or 2 are not supposed to drive around the country on Monday. So for Tuesday, 3 and 4, and so on. And for weekends, only numbers that are impaired are supposed to be driving all around the country on Saturday. And on Sunday, only any license plate ending in impaired numbers. So okay. That's pretty much what the restriction is about, you know, concerning cars and motorcycles only.
Okay, all right. Well, sounds like it's pretty much like it is in most cases or most places around the world. I'll tell you that in Colombia, like you said, it's much more strict than it is in the United States and than it is in Costa Rica. But hopefully this whole thing is going to get behind us soon and we can move forward and, get back to our socials and our not so much social distancing, because we are the opposite of social distancing. We want to get people together as much as possible. All right, so let's get to our poll question for tonight, because guys, when you get in and start asking questions, I want you to also answer our poll question, especially for some of you that might be a little bit familiar with Costa Rica. Okay, because Costa Rica is a beautiful, beautiful location, and there's a lot to it, a lot more than just where our office is in San Jose. So the question tonight is, what areas of Costa Rica would you explore with the woman or woman that you meet? All right, so let's say you meet someone, you go on the tour, you meet someone nice. Would you stay in San Jose, or are there places that you want to go and hike or explore all around Costa Rica? If you've never been to Costa Rica before, it's an absolutely beautiful location. And actually, I want to get back to Gustavo right now and Andrea and ask a little bit about that. So guys, you are in San Jose, right? Right?
Yeah,
Yes, okay. Stay with me. So that's where our office is, San Jose. So, but that's not the most attractive destination in Costa Rica, right? I mean, there's other areas that people go to Costa Rica to visit. So maybe, Andrea, talk a little bit about what other places that you really like in Costa Rica, or where do a lot of the tourists go to when they come?
Yeah, of course. At least in San Jose, there are many places that you can go to. Like, for example, there are many international restaurants that you can visit to, and traditional Costa Rican restaurants that are, a very nice opportunity to get to know the gastronomy of the country. And there are also, for example, well, movies, if you like going to the movies, bowling, if you like bowling and so on, go-karts and fun things like that. But if you want to see more of the nature of the country, that's wonderful because there are many, many nice beaches in Costa Rica, many national parks that are a great opportunity to explore and see. And of course, the museums that are very popular if you are more into visiting the museums and so on. I would prefer going to the beach or explore the volcanoes. It's wonderful.
So let's say that I come to San Jose and I'm doing the dating thing and I'm meeting all these wonderful, beautiful women in San Jose, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. And I want to go explore a beach. How far away from San Jose is that? Is it a day trip? Do I have to spend the night there, or how does it work?
There are day trips that you can, for example, go to a beach and it's very close. Let's say like 2.5 hours away from here. And you know, very nice places around within that period of time by driving.
Okay. So it's only a couple hours away and I'm at a beach.
Yes, of course. And you will have a different weather and completely different atmosphere than San Jose.
And guys, that's so cool because when you go to Costa Rica, there's so much to see and explore and discover. And it's a lot of fun, whether you're into hiking in the volcanoes, the jungle, or going into the beaches, the rivers, rafting, all kinds of different things that you can do. Of course, the main focus of what we're doing is to meet the beautiful women. And to see if there's your special someone there. And you guys are the professionals at that. And you've done a lot of really good things with that and a ton of different marriages. And that's a wonderful thing. So let's talk about that a little bit too. What do you think makes Costa Rican women special? Why do you think that men would like to come and meet Costa Rican women? Give us a little bit of an idea about that. Gustavo, okay. She's like, no, we're going to Gustavo.
Okay, well, just by browsing through the website, you can see that there's quite a lot of potential beautiful women in Costa Rica. And when I say beautiful, they are not just beautiful on the outside, they are beautiful on the inside. The main reason why they come to us is because they have had some bad experiences with local men, and they think that men from other countries, especially from the US, are very nice and sincere and honest men, the kind of men they have been looking for. So that's the main reason why they come to us. So throughout the years, all the guys who have met women from Costa Rica, they are so extremely happy for having found that special person through us, and it's the best thing that they could have or have experienced in all their life. So that's just pretty much what it is.
Okay. You guys always amaze me because I can call you up, either Andrea or Gustavo, and I can give you an ID number of a woman, just a number, and you'll usually know who that woman is by her ID number, which amazes me. And that goes to show how well you know so many of the women personally, because we don't work with any affiliates in Costa Rica, do we? It's just our office. So all the profiles that we work with come through our office. And you guys, and your assistants are working with those women all the time, helping them to get their profile on the site, helping them to do the things that they need to do to try to find their special someone. And they put a lot of their trust into you to help them to do that. So when men come to Costa Rica and they're looking for someone, and you get to know that man a little bit, you give them advice about who you think might be good for them and maybe who might not be good for them. don't you? Talk a little bit about that, about the matchmaking that you guys do, because I think that's really important. I think a lot of times people think that we just kind of do these big tours and we throw you out there and that's it. And we don't give you a lot of help or assistance. And that could not be further from the truth, because I know, and in Costa Rica, just like the other places that we go, that we do a lot of one-on-one personal matchmaking to really help these men find the right women and help these women find the right men. And to me, that's really, really important. So how do you know all these women? How do you keep track of everyone? You guys are amazing with that. So tell me a little bit about how you do that, what the process is for the women, and how the matchmaking works.
Okay, I will answer that. I think it's very important when you interview the lady who wants to join AFA to have like a conversation, to know more about the life, about what is being for her, the dating experience and stuff. And from that, let's say interview, that we try to be like connected with the lady, be friend with the lady, of course, in a professional way, in order to get to know the person better. That gives us the opportunity when we, for example, have a client coming into the office, we kind of match. I mean, I cannot explain that to you. It's just we are so used to that it comes naturally. I think it's very strange to explain to somebody who has not been in this position, because here we are like Cupid. So we try our best to match the right person. And sometimes the clients, they ask us, hey, what do you think about this lady? And we just try to be like very polite. No, let's see somebody else. I don't think that's the right person for you. And of course, I mean, they are free to choose the person that they want to meet. Of course, if the lady is interested, but we always try to give the best advice that we can. And one of the best advices that we can give to the men and to the ladies is just this: be yourself. Don't try to pretend somebody that you're not, because that will waste your time, your money, and our time.
Okay. So, Andrea, what do you really think that these women are really looking for when they come to you? And they come to you and Gustavo. I mean, are they trying to escape Costa Rica? Is San Jose that bad that they're trying to get to the United States? I mean, what is it that they really want? What is it that they're really looking for? Because they talk to you. They talk to you, they talk to Gustavo. They have to get on the site. You know them. You know every woman that's on this site. And so what are they really looking for?
Okay, that's a very interesting question that we usually have. There is a misconception that some people think that people want to escape Costa Rica, but people here are very happy to live in this country. Sometimes they expect the men to come here to live. Mm-hmm. So that gives us like a different position, I guess. I don't know, but it's wonderful because they love their country, they love the food, they love what they have here, and they just want an opportunity to be happy. And for most of the ladies here, one of the goals to be happy is to have a family, and a stable family with a man that will care for them and will be an important figure in their lives.
And something else to add about that is the fact that when the guy is not able to come to Costa Rica and live permanently for some reason, then the lady, they both get into an agreement. Okay, well, I can go and live in your country, not a problem. But I will need to come back to my country to visit my family, So if this is something that you can arrange so that I can visit my family, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 times a year, that's fine. So that's, I think it's a very reasonable agreement for both parts and make it possible. But like my sister said, I mean, do not ever think wrong, like, okay, well, women from Costa Rica just want to get a visa and come and live in the U.S. No way. We can think about that probably some other countries, but here in Costa Rica, no way.
Yeah. No, I know. I've been there many times. I know that's not the case. Costa Rica is a beautiful country. San Jose is a huge city with all kinds of different things, restaurants, all kinds of stuff. We had the restaurant there for a while. Remember, Gustavo? Where we had the restaurants and we did our socials and everything there? That was great. That was a lot of fun. I miss those days. We won't go into all that. Restaurant business is tough.
That was a good one.
That was a lot of fun. Gustavo and I mean, we go way back. Gustavo worked with us in Colombia. Gustavo is originally from Colombia. Andrea too. And worked for us in Colombia. Gosh, you're going on close to 20 years now, Gustavo, right? That you've been
Yes,
with
sir,
the company.
Absolutely. That is correct.
That says so much, I think, about who you are, about who the company is, because you've been with us growing and doing all this matchmaking and bringing people together for almost 20 years, and you guys are still there doing it in Costa Rica and doing an amazing job. So, I just want to, send kudos out to you guys for doing that. And I talk about that a lot, about how important it is, our staff. I mean, I could sit here in Phoenix and talk all day long, blah, blah, blah. But you guys are the ones that are in the field. You're the ones that are making it happen. You're the ones that are dealing with all the different women, making sure that the service is right for them, making sure they understand how this service works, and that this is an international introduction company, not so much a domestic one. So they're not going to be meeting, Costa Rican men, but they're going to be meeting men from all over the world, and they understand that, and you help them with that, and you assist them with correspondence, you assist them with meeting, and they feel safe. And I'm sure they tell their friends about you and how they feel safe with you, and how when a man comes, they're just not, scared to meet him someplace because they're meeting him with your assistance and everything. And so, you guys do a really, really important thing. And I just want to thank you for that. I think it's great. All right. We got a bunch of questions here. So I want to get into some of these questions here. So I'm going to start asking these questions, and you guys are going to answer them, because who better to answer them than you guys? So first of all, Daniel wants to know, how many men go on the Costa Rican tours? Lots. I don't know. What do you think? We get lots of guys going on the tours, right?
Yeah, well, on average, it could be between 10 to 15, 16 guys. That's an average.
And we do, about 4 of those tours a year? The group tours? In Costa Rica? Normally?
Normally it's 3, but you cut me off for next year. Instead of 3, you had me 2. So.
Oh, we're going to look at that. Yeah, I didn't see that. Well, you should have.
I saw it.
We will look at that.
To talk to you about it. Hey,
yeah, we got to have at least 3, if not 4. And also, you get a lot of clients that come there individually, like on the club tours, don't you? And they'll do the one-on-one introductions?
Yes, absolutely. About that, let's say we have an average of up to 4 Latin club clients in a month. So the minimum, say 1, but there have been a couple of months where we have had up to 4. Unfortunately, with this situation right now, we haven't had any over the past few months, but I bet this is going to be something in the past, but in the future, we will continue doing it and having more Latin club clients.
That will change. This COVID thing will pass, and you'll start getting more and more clients that'll come there doing the club, doing the one-on-one introductions, doing the group tours, everything that we do down there. Costa Rica, guys, I'm telling you, it's a jewel. It's a fantastic place to go to visit. The women are so warm and friendly. It's that Latin hospitality. It's just so hard to explain if you just don't go and experience it yourself. All right, next question. Do the Costa Rican women speak any English?
Yes, they do. I would say about 40%.
About 40% can
Yeah,
converse and
absolutely.
speak in English? Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
And that's pretty good. I mean, that's not bad, actually. That's about right for Latin America because you see about the same ratio in Colombia and Peru. So I would say that's about right. Yeah. All right. Bill wants to know, what foods do Costa Ricans consider their traditional foods? So what's like traditional Costa Rican food?
Okay, let's say casados is like very traditional food that consists of beans, rice, salad, let's say like chicken or fish, and that's like very traditional for everybody to eat here, like at lunchtime. And then they have, if you go to the coast, you will find different type of food that are more like seafood, and yeah, there are many
Right.
of food for everybody's taste. And well, one thing is that most of the clients that they come here and they try Costa Rican food, they keep continue eating that. So that's a very good sign.
Well, that's good. Is there like a national drink? I mean, what's like the big drink there? Is there like a pina colada or something? What kind of drink in Costa Rica? Is there anything special?
Como que?
Eh,
We don't drink, but I think it's like chili guaro that is similar to the red drink that has tomato on it.
tomato sauce.
Yeah, and it's made of guaro that is like
Rum.
rum, and I think tomato juice and lemon and spicy, spice.
Some spicy as well.
Yeah, and it tastes very fun.
Oh, almost like a
Actually,
Bloody
it's-
Mary type thing. Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah.
I bet you got like tons of really good fruit there in Costa Rica. All kinds of different fruit, I imagine.
Oh
Right.
yeah, very what you would consider like exotic for us is like what we see every day. Many type of fruits.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
really cool. All right. And then Alex wants to know, which month is the best month for weather?
Bueno, depende si quieres hacer weather rafting.
Okay, well, Costa Rica has just two weather seasons, rainy season and no rainy season. So rainy season, it is almost
De noviembre a mayo.
from 8 months from November till May, something like that. And then the not rainy season, it will be from May till August. Although sometimes we get some rain when it is not supposed to be raining, So
So what would be a good time to visit? If you were going to visit and you had to pick 1 month to go, when would you go?
yeah.
No, cualquiera. Oh, something important that I want to say about that is very funny because when we have the rain season, it's not like it's raining the whole day. It's only raining like in the afternoon. So you have like a half a day of sun and you can go to the beach and all that. And then in the afternoon, it starts raining. So it depends on the monsoons and things like that.
Right.
Yeah, but about that question, I would say probably October, November, December.
Okay. October, November, December. Great time to go. All right.
Yeah.
Because that was happening to me in Colombia too. I was there and it would rain about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, like every day. And then it would stop. It would only rain for like an hour and then that was it. And I kind of like that because,
Yeah.
I live in Phoenix and it hasn't rained here in 4 months and it's getting really old. So I go and take a shower and pretend it's raining. So I missed the rain, love to see some rain, but yeah. Okay. All right. Does it get? How hot does it get down there when it's really the warm time of year, like in the 80s, 90s?
Como it depends on where you are located. Like let's say San Jose como 32, no más 30.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in Celsius it's like 30 degrees. I don't know how much is that in
Okay.
Fahrenheit.
That's
Yeah.
not bad. 30's not too bad. That's all right. Yeah.
No, it's not. And usually it keeps like on 25 Celsius.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Because right now in Phoenix, it's about 60 Celsius. I think it's very hot. It's 50. Yeah, it's very hot. All right.
Wow.
So let's get to some more of these questions here. We'll get off the weather. Yeah, Sly's asking, is the level of English-speaking women more or less the same compared to Colombia or Peru? And I think it's about the same, don't you?
Sí, él es el que puede responder.
Yeah, pretty much about the same.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I would say so. Okay. And Mark wants to know, good question, Mark. I like this question. Let's talk about age differences. So, what age differences do women in Costa Rica consider acceptable when dating? So, I know it's going to vary a little bit depending on the woman, depending on the man, depending on, how he is. But in general, what are we looking at for age differential?
That might go from 15 till 25, something like that.
So a 15 to 25-year age difference is possible there?
Yeah, absolutely. And then something else to say about it is some situation that we have had with some clients, to be completely honest, is like, for example, a guy who is about 65 years old, and he is pretty much interested in looking women who are about 18 or 20, the most. So, for us here in Costa Rica, that will be an impossible mission at front.
Right.
So,
it's not realistic.
Yeah, it is our must to tell the client up front, hey, with your expectations are extremely high, and there's not anything else we can do about it. At least if the woman has maybe 3-4 children, okay, that might work out, but if she's single, no children, hey, that's completely, out of range.
Okay. So that's pretty normal for Latin America in general. I would say your limit's going to be somewhere around 20, maybe 25-year age differential, but probably better off between that 10 and 15-year age difference. And that's pretty common in Colombia, Peru as well. Okay. What's the religion like in Costa Rica? What is the prevalent religious beliefs there?
Catholicism.
What's that?
Catholicism.
Okay. So heavily Catholic, that's the number one right now?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And some Christians as well.
Okay. Which are very similar, but different. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's the same you see in Colombia as well, in Peru. So very similar, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Absolutely.
All right, let's see here. Chuck wants to know, there are very few ladies from Costa Rica each week in the new profiles blast from AFA every Wednesday. Why is that? How many ladies attend the Costa Rica socials? I get almost no email letters from Costa Rican ladies. Why? I get many from Russia and Ukraine. So let's take these step by step. First of all, you guys are responsible for all the profiles that come in through Costa Rica. So we don't work with any affiliates. And in some place like the Ukraine or Russia, we do work with many different affiliates. So that's why you're going to probably see more profiles coming in from those areas than in Costa Rica. But you guys are always working on trying to find women who are interested in meeting foreign men and putting up profiles. So what would you say about the profiles?
Le respondo yo.
Sí, póngale.
Usually we have many ladies that join when they come to the socials, and because of this situation, it's been like kind of different in many ways. So maybe that's the reason why we don't have that many ladies as we used to have before all the situation.
Yeah, it's more difficult with COVID. You can't get out there, and it's been this way for the last few months. So that's one of the issues right now with it, no doubt about it.
And especially because we always want to interview the lady so that we know what she's looking for and see if she's a right candidate to join anything.
Right. And you like to do that in person. You like to see her. You like to, make sure, because you can try doing it over the phone, and we do some of that over the phone, but it's always better if you could do it in person and really see her. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. How many ladies normally attend a Costa Rican social? So what's the ratio? If there's 10 men at this social, about how many women will attend?
Okay, well, normally when we have those group event socials, we try to have about 6 to 8 women per guy.
Okay, so anywhere from a 6 to 1 to 8 to 1 ratio. So if I have 10 men, I'm going to have between about 60 to 80 women at that social.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's about right. And do you provide a matchmaker / translator for every man at the social?
Yes, absolutely. We have interpreters for every guy at the social. Normally are female who work with them for both nights.
Okay. And so you kind of match the interpreter / matchmaker with the man, and she stays with him all night throughout that social, right? And she helps him meet the women, get contact information, make dates, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yes, absolutely. That's how it works.
All right, great. And that's really important, guys. That really is, because you get so much support and so much help from those matchmakers at the social who are walking you through table to table, trying to meet the women. So, guys, when you do the socials, is it more of a speed dating environment where the men are at a table for a certain amount of time and a bell rings and they move to the next table? Or is it a little bit more of a free flow type situation?
Okay, well, pretty much like a speed dating, So the guys, for example, if we have 10 guys, there will be 10 tables. Okay, so one guy will be seated in each table. Then he will get to that table with the interpreter, spend certain amount of time talking to the ladies, to all the ladies in that table. So let's say after 20 minutes, for example, then there will be a bell. That's a sign for all the guys to know that they have to move to the following table. So we normally do it clockwise. And before taking off from that table, they are supposed to get the ladies' contact information right at front, okay, and take pictures, everything. So then they go to the following table and so on.
Okay. Hopefully.
The idea of doing it this way is to have all the guys opportunity to talk to all the ladies who are in that social event. So that's the way we have to do it. Sometimes some guys are kind of reluctant to leave the table. Hey, but you have to, because the other ladies are interested in talking to you. Yeah, but in this table in particular, I found the right person I have been looking for. Hey, I'm sorry. It's not my rule. It's the company rule. And this is good for you because you're going to have the chance to meet other women. But why don't you do this? Why don't you tell the lady that you have to go to other table, but when the social is over, you will go back to her table and spend some more quality time with her and go, oh, okay, yeah, that'll work out. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah, because what guys don't realize is that the socials are not the opportunity to meet one woman and spend the whole evening with that one woman. That's not what this is about. We've been doing this for 25 years. We kind of got it down. And the idea is to move around from table to table as much as possible and meet everyone. And everyone gets to meet everyone, not just you meeting the women, but the women meeting the men too. And it's so important that happens. I remember in Colombia once we had this gentleman and we were doing that where everyone was supposed to move after, 15 minutes or so. And he just didn't want to move. He just wasn't moving. And I'm like, okay, you gotta go. He's like, oh, I moved. I said, no, you didn't. I've been watching you sit here for the last 2 times, and you're messing it all up because now this guy can't go to this table because you're still here, and it's all messed up. So no, you got to go. Because it's so important, guys. This is your opportunity. You came all this way to meet all these different women. It's your opportunity to do that. And if you just stay at one table and speak with one woman all night because you think that there may be a good mutual chemistry and a good bond, but the next day maybe she didn't think so much and she does not want to go out, and all of a sudden you don't have that date anymore and you didn't go meet anyone else, and so now you got to start over again from scratch. That's not what we want. We want to give everyone the opportunity as much as possible to meet, to see where that chemistry is, at least briefly, and then get the contact information, set up dates, and then move on. And that is the way to really do these tours, because it's a numbers game, guys. And we've been saying that for years, right? You have to meet a lot of different people, because that's how love works. You know, very rarely do you meet and marry the first woman you ever laid eyes on. And if you do, sometimes, often, that will end up in a divorce. You want to be able to really try to find that woman that you feel is a really, really good chemistry. And you don't know that until you date a lot of different women. All right. Let me get back in here and get to the next few questions here. You guys are doing great, by the way. I really appreciate you being on. I know this is the first time, really, we've done this with Costa Rica in quite some time, and I think it's great that you guys are doing this. Let's see, Andrea. Andrew wants to know, do Costa Rican women know how to cook well?
Not only Costa Rican women, everybody in Costa Rica knows how to cook, because that's something that you learn since you're very little, that you see that your mother is going out to work, so even the kids, they know how to cook here. So
really?
That's a very good thing. That, I mean, most ladies, of course, they know how to cook here.
Yeah.
And not just cook, just, I mean, prepare very, very, very good food.
Good. All right. Yeah, because I remember, Gustavo, last time I was there, you basically, and I think it's normal for Costa Rica to kind of close the offices around lunchtime. You go home and you have lunch. And I remember you going home, and I went with you, and there was this great meal being made there at the house, and it was really good. So that's kind of common. And is lunch like a pretty big meal in Costa Rica? And then dinner maybe a little bit smaller, or how does that work?
Okay.
Yeah. Lunch is like the bigger food that you have here. Lunch, yeah. And you typically eat casado, which is what I was explaining to you earlier, and it's like a very nice opportunity if the people have the opportunity to share with the family. It is like very, very nice.
So
here is very common that here is very common that people get together to eat. I don't know how it is in other cultures, but here usually if you go and visit a house, they will receive you with all kind of foods that they have. Because it's like a show that they care for you.
Great. And do some businesses actually close around lunchtime because they're going to eat and then they open again, or is that not common?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
quite common.
It's common, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you go to a business, closed for lunch, and you have to come back like a couple hours later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. See, we don't do that in the United States. We just work, 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 work. There's no closing for lunch, dinner. Most things are 24 hours and work, work, work.
No, but it's closed for just 2 hours, 1 or 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'll tell you guys, it's very interesting because we've had so many women from other cultures come here. And I'm thinking right now of some Filipino women that work in our office. And they tell me that, John, you Americans are crazy. All you do is work, work, work. And in Philippines, we take time off, we socialize, we stop for lunch for a couple hours, we have holidays a lot. You have hardly any holidays. All you do is work to buy all these things that you can't use anyway because you're always working. So what's the point? And it's like, and then you die of a heart attack. Yes, like, yeah, I know. That's what we do. We're Americans. But it's a different culture in Costa Rica, Latin America, right? It's more relaxed a little bit, you think?
That must be an example to follow from now on, you know?
That's what?
That must be an example to follow from now on.
No, see, it's so hard to break that culture. We're still just work. But yeah, but we're going to try, Gustavo. We're going to try. But Gustavo, you've been to the United States, right? You've been to New York. You've been here, right?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
So did you see the difference that I'm talking about in culture?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Completely different. It's another world, you know?
Yeah. That's why a lot of Americans are going to, and you get a lot of Americans that are moving to Costa Rica and retiring, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
They really like the country. I mean, it's the perfect destinations for retiring, you know?
Yeah. So guys, you go, you get married, then you can live there, come here once in a while back. But the woman will be more than happy to stay in Costa Rica because then she doesn't have to leave her family, her friends, and the guy moves there, right? And that happens a lot.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. We got some more questions here, so hold on. Let's see. So TC says, my son turns 18 before I turn 39. Well, you had him when you were young. That's good. I've raised him solo since he was a 6-month-old with no mama drama. All right. Sadly, will be leaving out for college and leaving me alone, still single. Maybe I'll travel down to Costa Rica and see what's up. Some friends, former co-workers, went years back and said the women were great, was told that the bars and local hangouts are flooded with single chicks. One way to find out, I guess. Any stories or warnings? Thanks. So what would you say about that? You know, if a guy just comes down and wants to try to go hit the bars and find some single chicks, I mean, if he's serious about trying to meet and someone interested in marriage, is it that easy to do? Or what would you say, guys?
Okay, that's what it makes the difference when you travel with us, because we try to scan the ladies that they join. And usually, not only in Costa Rica, but usually in any place, if you want somebody sincere that will stay with you for the rest of your life, you wouldn't necessarily find that person in a bar.
Right. And that's what's kind of neat about this. You know, I had a guy who was in Costa Rica. Actually, this was, I've told this story before, and he lived in Costa Rica for at least 2 years or something like that. And he called me up when we were getting ready to do the socials, and he wanted to attend the tour. And I said, but you live in Costa Rica. Why do you want to attend the tour? He goes, because it's really hard for me to find a woman that I really can develop a long-lasting relationship with and marriage with. And that's what you guys do. You bring women that tell you that they want that. And so when I'm in at a social, I'm around a lot of women with that same kind of mindset. And that happened, I don't know if you remember this guy, but that happened in Costa Rica. And then he called back and said he was really happy with the social and everything and met some wonderful women. So it's not so easy just to go there and do it on your own.
No, not at all. Because, I mean, of course, you're going to find some people, but I mean, if you are really looking for a long-term and serious relationship, that shouldn't be the right place. No way.
Okay. Mark is asking, is it difficult to date a lady in Costa Rica if you don't understand Spanish?
Creo que sí.
What's that?
I think so. It would be kind of difficult.
Yeah. Well, it depends, I guess. If she's one of the 40% that speaks English, then you're okay.
Usually, I mean, people here are very friendly, but usually when it comes to meet new people, they really like meeting people through friends. So usually there's always like a reference, like, oh, this is a friend of mine, I want to introduce to you. So sometimes.
Well, of course, But if a man comes with us, right, and you're introducing him to the women and she doesn't speak English, how difficult is that?
Well, it is easy if you have a translator. I mean, we usually help them, like for example, if they come to the office and we set up a meeting with the lady, we are always there, like 30 minutes translating, and sometimes they say, okay, I don't need you anymore. I will use Google Translate, or I will hire a translator or interpreter. I have problems pronunciating that word. So and
you're
then
doing
they go
fine.
out and have a coffee and so on. So yeah.
Your English is amazing. Where did you learn English?
On AFA.
What's that?
On the AFA, basically like
Yeah.
listening all the accents. So
That's
I don't
great.
know. I hope you understand me well.
I understand you very well. Your English is very good. You and Gustavo. Gustavo's always had amazing English ever since I met him. Okay. So,
Sure.
yeah, guys, I mean, look, when you go, if you don't understand Spanish, you can still do very well. It's not really that difficult. You're helped with interpreters and whatnot. And you can learn a little bit of Spanish before you go. And, you know, the language isn't that difficult. I mean, even I, who have lived with a Russian woman now for 23 years, and I still niet, and that's about my extent of Russian. I'm very embarrassed about that. But with Spanish, I have a little bit more, and I can get it, you know, donde está el baño, yeah, and como está, and all that good stuff. I mean, Gustavo and I talk in Spanish all the time, don't we, Gustavo? Sí.
Yes,
Just say
correcto.
sí. Yes, yes. Yeah. Okay.
And you know, something else to add is the fact that sometimes the language barrier shouldn't be considered like a barrier at all, because if there's chemistry, that's all what it matters. You know, it will overcome the language barrier at some point. Although sometimes for having like a deeper conversation, it's necessary to have an interpreter. But mostly, I mean, throughout the years, I have seen that they have used this interpreter from time to time, but mostly they work it out by themselves, you know, because the chemistry is there. So that's something that it would make the communication a lot easier.
Yeah, totally agree. You know, I probably survived the first couple of years of my marriage because we didn't communicate quite as well as we could, because she spoke good English, but there was still some vocabulary things. So if I made a mistake, I could always say, you just didn't understand. It's okay. And so I got by the first 2 years or so. Then she really knew everything, and then I couldn't do that anymore. But it really helped. So sometimes it's good if you don't really speak the language, because otherwise I'd probably be divorced. And so this is good. All right. Hopefully Tanya's not watching right now, because I'll be in trouble again. But no, honey, I didn't say that. Yeah. Okay. Edward wants to know what Costa Rican women like to do on dates. So what's the big date thing there?
Okay, well, normally depends on the time, you know. If it is lunchtime, for example, the guy will say, okay, well, I mean, I'm hungry. How about you? Well, yeah, a little bit. Okay, so let's go for lunch. If it is coffee time, maybe for coffee, you know, things like that. But if they are planning something probably for the weekend, if the lady doesn't have to work, they might be interested in doing a tour, maybe to the volcanoes, to the beach, or to the string, to do any string sport, you know, things like that.
Andrea mentioned bowling earlier. Did the women really like to do bowling there?
So that depends, like on the age of the ladies, I guess. But I know many that they like bowling.
Because in the Ukraine, they love it. They love bowling and they love karaoke.
Karaoke is also popular here, but usually like for the weekends, and they sing very well.
Do they? Yeah. Well, they wouldn't let me in. That's for sure. They take the microphone away from me in a minute. All right. Peter wants to know, can Americans get around very easily in San Jose? Are the signs in English? Yeah. What signs? That's one thing about San Jose. There's no signs. Yeah, you're driving around looking for a street sign. There are no street signs in San Jose. And it's really difficult. You have to look at like the building and landmarks. But did they put signs there yet? I haven't been there in a couple of years. Last time I was there, they had no signs. Still no signs?
Still the same. No signs.
Yeah, just like the street numbers, but nobody ever cares about that. They don't care about avenues or street numbers. You just say from the McDonald's 200 meter left and so on. And that way you can just get by yourself and explore the area.
Yeah, I don't know how FedEx does it in San Jose because there's like no signs. I don't know how they deliver any packages or anything. Cracks me up. But it's not that hard to get around. I mean, things are in English. There's some signs like on the freeways and stuff where it's in English and Spanish. And Costa Rica is a really cool city and you can get around pretty easily. So that's not too bad. Okay, Daniel wants to know when is the next Costa Rican tour? When's the next Costa Rican tour? October 1st.
It's going to be early October, isn't it?
Yeah, October 1st. You better get ready for that, Gustavo. It's coming. October 1st, Andrea. So I hope. We're going to see. You see, you guys, we haven't had many people there since March because of COVID. So, but hopefully we're going to be there October 1st.
Yeah,
That's the plan. All right. Ryan's got a good question here. Because, you know, he's thinking about Colombia, I think, a little bit. Do Costa Rican women like dancing as much as other South American countries, Latin countries like Colombia? Because in Colombia, they'll dance you to death. I mean, they love to dance, right? So is Costa Rican like that?
Yes. The answer is yes, indeed.
Really?
So
Okay.
if the guy doesn't know how to dance, hey, nothing to worry about. The lady will be a great teacher for him. So go for it.
Good. Yeah, guys, don't worry about that. Like Gustavo says, you know, some guys, well, I see on the video that people are dancing and stuff, and I'm worried about that. Nah, you just get out there. You can just get out there and move a little bit. That's okay. Or you just sit down and she'll go out there and dance without you, and she'll kind of dance and like the fact that you're watching her, because that's what I always did with Tanya. Because, again, I can't dance. So I just watch. And Tanya was fine with that. She just got out there and she'd do her thing, and okay, that's fine. But yeah, so don't worry about that. You don't have to be Patrick Swayze out there dancing like crazy. No. But they do like to dance. Andrea, do you like to dance? Are you a dancer?
I'm sorry, I'm a weird case. I don't know how to dance.
You don't know how to dance?
No.
Oh, no.
I know. I'm sorry.
See, not
But all of
everyone
my friends,
dances.
They like dancing.
That's funny. All right. And then Mark wants to know, how long is the flight from the U.S. to Costa Rica? Let's say you're going from Florida to Costa Rica. How long of a flight is that?
Isn't it like 3 hours, 2 hours?
Yeah, it's only like 2 or 3 hours.
It's
Yeah.
something like that.
It's really close. Compared to everywhere we go, Costa Rica is probably one of the closest places that we go, which is kind of funny because sometimes I'll have a guy call me, goes, "Oh, John, I think I want to go to Colombia or Costa Rica because it's so close." I said, "Well, are you attracted to Colombian women or Costa Rican women, or are you just going there because it's close?" Because that's ridiculous. I mean, this is the rest of your life. If you're attracted to Ukrainian women, yeah, it's farther away, but it's worth the airline flight to go and the time because that's where you're, most vested in, and that's where you'd like to be. So just don't go because it's close. Go because you really want to go there. Because air travel is not that bad. You get on, you drink a drink, you take a sleeping pill, and you'll be there. So it's not like you're flying the plane or anything. So it's not that difficult. Doesn't matter. All right. But it is close. It is easy to get there, so it's not a problem. And the government and everything is really cool. I mean, Costa Rica is just a really mellow, nice country. You don't even have an army, do you? Is there any military in Costa Rica?
No.
No army, no military. They just got jungles. They got people walking around. They love each other. It's very, very just low-key, mellow, nice, safe country. And these guys, Gustavo and Andrea, they will be your guides. They will take good care of you, and their staff, they will help you. So when you come there, they'll pick you up at the airport, they'll get you to the hotels, and then you go in the office and you work with them, and they know the women. They see all the different women that join, and they'll be able to tell you which women might be a good match for you. And of course, you'll tell them who you think you want to meet, and you do your best, and they'll introduce you. They'll give you their input, but they'll still introduce you. But we've gotten a lot of marriages from Costa Rica and a lot of happy guys. I mean, every time Gustavo's doing a tour down there, and Andrea, about 3 or 4 days into it, I'll get a phone call from Gustavo, and he'll have about 4 or 5 of the guys in the office, and I'll start talking to them, and he'll just pass the phone to all of them. They're like, this is great. Gustavo's doing a great job. Now, I don't know if you're paying those guys, Gustavo, but they keep telling me what a great job you're doing and how wonderful it is. And I mean, to a man, they're just telling me how enjoyable the whole experience is. And I love, I love hearing that, because that's what we're about, and that's what we want to do. But guys, all I can tell you is I want to be here on the first night that Andrea and Gustavo were going to be on with you all, because I just wanted to introduce you to them and let you know what a great, great pair they are, and how caring they are. They really do. I mean, Gustavo's called me several times over the years. I got to take these off because it's hard to talk when these are on. Several times over the years, about just certain things about a client that might be there, and there might be some kind of a very personal thing going on, and he's concerned about it, and he wants to talk about it with me, to make sure that he's going down the right path and doing the right thing for whatever that circumstance is. And there are circumstances that come up that need for that he wants to consult with me to make sure that we're doing the very best we can for the client for whatever that situation is. And over the years, we've done that many, many times. I mean, he's very caring. They're both very caring and very helpful. And that's so cool. And we're so proud of them. And that's why I wanted to be here tonight to introduce you to them, because they will be here again. We're going to do this rotation for our Latin American offices every other Wednesday. So next Wednesday, we'll be back with Rana. You guys all know Rana with the Philippines. So we'll be back with her next Wednesday. And then the following Wednesday, we'll be with Peru. And we'll have Sarah and some representatives from Peru on. We'll be talking about all things Lima, which is another really, really fascinating place to go to. And then we'll go back to Colombia with Maria. And then we'll come back to Andrea and Gustavo. So that's kind of how this is going to work, kind of a round robin with our Latin American offices. So I'm so glad that all of you were able to join us tonight, and I really, really am thankful and grateful that Andrea and Gustavo, you're sharing your evening with us. I'm sure you have other things to do, but you're spending your time with us tonight. So thank you so much. Is there anything before I let you guys go that you would like to say to all the people? We have millions and millions of people watching right now, because this show is very popular. We're kind of a big deal. So is there anything that you would like to say to the guys that are watching here tonight before we let you go?
Okay, just not think about traveling to Costa Rica. Don't hesitate much in coming to Costa Rica, and here you will have great friends that will help you with everything you need here, and especially finding that special person. And one funny thing that I would like to say is that most of the clients that they have come to Costa Rica, they always say the same thing: hey, why I didn't do this before? So just don't waste your time and come here, and we're here to help you. We will be waiting for you here in Costa Rica.
Thank you, Andrea. I appreciate that. And Gustavo?
Well, I would like to tell all the clients who are watching this webcast this. Hey, there's not any reason for you to continue being alone, So, get ready to take any of the tours that the agency offers. If you come to Costa Rica, we will be more than happy to help you out to meet a very nice and sincere woman like the one that you have been looking for a long time, So don't think about this anymore. So the time is now. Give it a try. When you are here in Costa Rica, because you are alone, no, you don't have to feel like that. You're not going to be alone. My sister and myself will be here to help you out to get introduced to very nice women. Although our assistant for you will be 24/7, so you can always give us a call anytime, any moment. So we will always be here to assist you the best way we can. So give it a try now. Don't think about it that anymore. Alrighty. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here tonight. It was a blast. I enjoyed it. I always have fun. So thank you so much, and you guys will be doing this again in a few weeks. So that's wonderful. All right.
Alrighty.
All right. Bye-bye, guys.
Okay.
Thanks. That was Gustavo and Andrea. Those guys are amazing. They're great. They do a fantastic job for us in Costa Rica, and they have for almost 20 years now. So if you ever thought about traveling to Costa Rica, now you've met some of the staff there that's going to take very good care of you when you're there. So I highly recommend giving Costa Rica a second look. Plus, it's a great place to go in the future to retire possibly. We get a lot of guys that go down there and do that. It's just an amazing place to see, and it is very close. I mean, it's just a couple hours away, so it's a great vacation. Go there on a club or a tour for 7 days, and you just won't go wrong. Well, that was fun. I was glad to be able to do that, introduce them. And guys, the next show will be on Monday with Anna, and I think Dina's going to be on that one as well. So they will be with you and talking about all things general, international dating. And then next Wednesday, you'll have Rana again. And I'm really hoping that we can start doing those tours to the Philippines and to Latin America and all that, Asia. But we do have guys going to the Ukraine right now. So guys, if you do want to do a club or hopefully that November tour coming up, that is opening up in the Ukraine, at least now. It may change, but for now we do have guys running around there. I just talked to a guy who got back from Odessa. He was telling me all about his experience. Actually, he is a gentleman that is quite frequent to our Monday night show, and he is going to come on, I believe, this Monday and talk about his experience from doing the Euro Club in Odessa. So he will be on, I believe, live Monday night with Anna and I think Dina, and he'll be talking about what he experienced, how the staff helped him, all that stuff. So I look forward to seeing that as well. All right, guys. So be safe out there. Remember, wash your hands, take care of yourself, and we will see you soon. Thank you.